Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of your Monday Real Life Stock Review. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic, boys and girls. It's your boy, Jeremy Alexander Newsom. So I got SPY on the board, and you might remember, just on Friday, I drew this blue line, hashtag Mr. Squiggles, kind of giving you an idea of what I think the market was going to do as of Friday. It so seems that that's exactly what is happening. We're moving lower. I don't know exactly where we're going to stop, of course, but I do think that it's a higher low. Now, again, I could be wrong, but we could probably trade down to the 50, maybe a little bit lower, maybe even make a lower low, but I still think we're going to bounce here from the SPY. I could be wrong about that, but here's what the weekly chart looks like, and let me just hide off my drawings. It makes sense that we're retracing, right? We're testing right now the 10 EMA on the weekly chart, and if we do pull back a lot, then the 20 EMA is right there at 230.17. So for my credit spread fans, I'm still more bullish than neutral, and I like this pullback, and it looks good. If at some point we do, over the next week or two, close above 236.67, then right on, looks pretty good. Not a lot of other updates on the other ETFs. The IWM, a little bit more bearish today. Not giant or not shocking, though. I mentioned on Friday, in Finance Friday, in the afternoon trading room, if the candle on Monday is kind of bearish, consider a 142, 143 iron condor. So that consideration has now begun. We are already in the 127, 126. So I'm going to be looking for a 142, 143 bear call spread. And both of those spreads expiring in April. So we got 3 weeks away. Technically, there is 1 day of theta built in there. Next Friday, the market is closed, which is the 14th of April. So just keep that in mind. The second week of options are going to be expiring on the 13th, which is a Thursday. So that's IWM. Nothing really to see on the Dow Jones. We did trade right down to the 50. Nice little lower shadow. And then here's the Qs. A little bit of a bearish candle. We did, though, make a new all-time high today just by a few pennies before we got a little bit of bearishness on the Qs. Here's Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Apple did pull back today, and at the very, very low of today, filled a 143 call for $2 limit buy on Apple. At this point, looking for it to hopefully bounce off of some of these moving averages and continue higher. Win, we did have a bullish call option set up on Win as well. A lot of traders are in on that and very, very happy with this gap up today. Another, what looks like it could be a good play out on Win. A great, great gap, and one to definitely keep your eyes on. Speaking of great gaps, ladies and gentlemen, here's Tesla. And I want to go ahead and take the time right now to let you all know how bullish I am on Tesla. Check out this monthly chart. We're going to go big picture, and I'm going to hide this for a second. Here's the drawings. Well, if I have my drawings, let me turn them back on. So you'll see that this really, really big distribution phase, and we've been distributing for about 3 years on Tesla. We made a new all-time high today on Tesla, with a gap on a Monday gapping above previous resistance. Saying that to say, if you're coming here to a daily chart, you'll notice the last 4 days have been very, very small, very meager, stair-step pattern, nothing really happening, bearish candle on Friday, and today was a bullish gap and go. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, Tesla is about to move electrically bullish without reckless abandon. It's going to go wild, wild, wild. I'm not saying necessarily tomorrow that we're going to get this, but from here, I'm unequivocally bullish on Tesla. I'll probably be having a wager of some point on Tesla over the next few weeks or months, but pull up your exponential moving averages, stay bullish on this one. Any kind of pullback will be buyable. Adrian is out of his bear call spread, and looks to be bullish. So I'll figure out what wager I'm going to come up with on Tesla, but we could easily see this stock double in value this year. I think it's a strong possibility by the end of the year that Tesla can move higher. If we break out this consolidation phase, 350 should be a breeze. From there, we'll see, but we're starting to break out. We are breaking out. Today is the day on Tesla that we're breaking out. So from here, I'm watching the daily and the hourly charts to be bullish. We will get a little bit of a retest, so I am totally comfortable with something like this. But look for play, direction, bullish on Tesla. Here's another stock that was requested by one of my buddies, HDS, HD Supply and Holdings. And this is a newer stock that we are making higher highs and higher lows on. So as it seems right now, you have a decent little resistance right about $36 and some change. So here's the resistance on HDS. I like the fact that it broke above there, and you can see a very small double top right there, a very small double top. It did break, we did retest. We could trade lower all the way down to 36. So we'd be down a little bit over 10%. But I actually do like the buying opportunity on this pullback on HD Supply Holdings. I also like the fact that the stock is pretty new and that we broke out of that huge resistance right there. So any pullback into that 36 price range, at least in my opinion, I'd be pretty bullish on it. Here's the daily chart and here's your long-term moving averages. And we're just in between the 100 and 200 right now. So we're battling the 100 a little bit from the bottom, so that's acting as a resistance, but going forward, I really like it. Today was Mentorship Monday in the morning, and it will be in the afternoon trading room as well. So today, first Monday of every month is where I make sure to spend time to go a little bit slower and explain all the concepts that we're talking about. So CarMax was a great bearish gap today. I missed about 3 or 4 really good gaps today by just a few pennies. So that's okay, that happens. But it was a black candle gapping down. Black candle gapping down, meaning it's a retest gap. Check out this retest. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go to a 1-minute chart just so you can see it, because that's how we were looking at playing it early this morning, was on the retest on the 1 minute. And oops, still have that on. So here was the first 3 or 4 minutes on CarMax. It broke down. Here's the retest right here. That's where you want to get in bearish, and then that's the rollover. So the trade that we were looking at this morning, since we missed the retest, was an entry here and a stop right there. And we missed that trade by about 4 cents, 5 cents, I feel like, on CarMax. So a little brutal, would have been a nice 2R trade, and those things do happen from time to time. But the good news is if you can recognize why it's happening, that oftentimes is the most crucial reason. And from there you can kind of go forward. Let's look at a few others. Here is KMB. KMB is Kimberly-Clark, and this is the daily charts. Let me kind of get back to where we were. So here's the weekly on Kimberly-Clark, and this particular stock, we're just trading up to a really nice resistance. So here's the resistance up here, and here's kind of the support area. So I had a buddy who had some shares of KMB, and it just looks like, at least to me, that we were approaching a really good resistance. We already had a beautiful double bottom down here at 116. So it already had made its really big move. Wasn't the best place to be buying Kimberly-Clark. I don't know what's going to do from here, but I can say good stock, pays good dividends. If KMB can pull back to 120, buying location, or all the way to 108, beautiful buying location. That would look very nice. Garmin, GRMN, I watched this one a time or two, and I wanted to let you guys know I learned something new the other day. I had no idea that Garmin was publicly traded. Yep, not publicly traded. I knew it was publicly traded. I didn't know it had dividends. Garmin still pays dividends. I was blown away with that fact. I don't even know how they make money. Here's a monthly chart on Garmin, and what we can see here is a pretty nice higher low on Garmin, so to speak. A little bit of a higher low in here. That one's a little bit forced. We definitely have one that looks like that. But then we also have a lower high. So we have what appears to be, at least in my eyes, a triangle of sorts. And how long this triangle will hold, that part I just do not know. There's a really good support level here at 47.15. So if I had to guess, which I'm about to, I think we trade lower into about 40, and then we bounce, and then we do something like this. That's probably what Garmin does over the next 2 to 3 years. Feel free to take a screenshot of it if you want. Come back later and see what happens, but it's Garmin. I don't really spend any money at Garmin, and I'd be interested to know anyone else who spends money with Garmin. They probably got some government contracts or something, that's how they're still around, but I'm just blown away that they pay dividends and that there's a $40, $50 stock. It's kind of impressive. But from a technical standpoint, I don't see anything amazingly alluring about its bullishness, at least not yet. And last but not least for today, here's Rio, ticker symbol RIO. And Rio, this is the monthly chart. So over here is the daily. And here's the long-term moving averages. And just 2 or 3 days ago, we're looking at potentially playing RIO bullish off of the 100 simple. So the 100 simple long-term moving averages, it looks a little bit more bullish than bearish. Today, not quite so much. My thoughts are this one probably pulls down to the 200 simple moving average and then bounces. So if you're looking at getting in bullish, the trader who requested this one specifically said I owned RIL long term, which is totally fine. But you could always consider DCAing or dollar cost averaging. Down here, there's 200 simple moving average, which is about 36.61. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope that was helpful. College basketball championships are right around the corner. Boop! Click that link right there at the top left-hand side of your screen. Go ahead and vote on a poll for me, if you will, and let me know who you think is going to win the basketball national championships. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be back here on Wednesday. If you have any questions between now and then, let me know. My email address, jeremy@reallifetraining.com, Twitter, @newsandnuggets. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I do provide 3 free stock reviews every single week, and I also do take your request for these reviews. So if you have a stock, company, long-term, short-term, day trade, swing trade that you want me to look at, option trade, credit spread, whatever it might be, feel free to request that, send that to me, and I'll be happy to check it out. Just make sure you subscribe, tell your friends. Guys, we're the only company doing what we do. We're amazing. You're amazing. Our mission is to enrich lives. I'll see you later. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.